Donkey Kong is simply one of the best characters in Mario Superstar Baseball. From his elite performances in the field, making clutch dives and lasers home, to his plethora of great options at the plate, he's arguably the most versatile and flexible character in the entire game. But with so many options at his disposal, it would make sense that some of them would fall into the background, outclassed by its superiors. And no, I'm not talking about the glory that is DK Pitcher, as much as I treasure him so. There's an often overlooked option on the offensive front that falls under the radar for many people, and today I'll be taking a look at this not particularly hidden choice for DK at the plate and why this is the case. I introduce you to the DK Dilemma. Before we get into the good stuff, it's important to go over DK's main go-to options while he's at the plate and what makes them so good. Let's start out by looking at DK's most reliable option on offense, his slap hit. DK's slap hit is legendary for how consistent it is for getting on base. He's got two big things going in his favor that make it so great, which is his trimmed bat and the way his trajectory works. Trimmed bat makes DK's bat, or I guess in this case his glove, have basically no sour spot while he's slapping, which means basically all you have to do is make contact and it'll be nice 99% of the time. DK's trajectory is also quite useful for him as he has pull-high trajectory. This will make his hits go further when he pulls the ball, aka when he swings earlier, and the opposite is true when he pushes the ball, aka when he swings later. While pulling with DK slap is not very good, his push slap goes just the right distance where it'll consistently make it to the outfield, but not too deep where the outfielder will be able to make a play on it. Unless you get unlucky with Traj or if a certain green dinosaur is making things happen, DK slap will almost certainly get you on base. The slap is excellent for anything you'd want a slap hit to do, from cycling your lineup, scoring a runner from third, the whole 9 yards. But what if you want to score some runs? Well, lucky for you, DK has another tool hidden in his glove that can make those singles into so much more. Donkey Kong, being a power character, has a very good charge stat of 80. While this isn't as high as some other power characters such as Petey or Bowser, this 80 charge power in combination with his pull-high trajectory makes DK a potent home run threat as well. Unlike his slap, DK charge can do more than just move through your lineup and score one runner at a time. Home runs, for those who are unaware, are really good. Being able to hit them is really good. And you know who can hit them? Donkey Kong. He's so capable of smacking them deep, although it isn't without issue. DK slap is as simple as see ball, hit ball, and unless you completely butcher the timing or whiff completely, it's a pretty sure thing that you'll get on. DK charge is a lot more specific, and you'll need to pull the ball and make good contact on DK's glove. Trimmed bat lacks sour for slap hits, but it does exist for charging, so you need to be lining your charge up better, or else DK will just pop out. The lower power compared to other heavies is also a bit of a detriment, as sometimes this ape just won't have enough juice to knock it out. Don't get it twisted though. Having a higher risk but higher reward option at the plate does so much for DK, and it's an important part of what makes him such a huge threat at the plate. He can slap when he needs to get through the lineup or score an easy run, and he can punch for the fences when the opportunity calls for it. But what if you were looking for something in the middle of that? An option that can have the ease of use of his slap, but with the run scoring potential of his charge? Well, let me introduce you to the DK Banana. Through the power of star swings, this wonderful ape can turn this simple baseball into a banana-shaped boomerang ball. At the cost of either 1 or 2 stars, DK can get what is effectively a middle ground between his slap and his charge, with the added bonus of not needing to stress as much about whether or not he's pushing or pulling. There's a lot of advantages to using DK Banana over slapping or charging, such as the ball will go deeper than a slap at a much faster speed, making catching the ball before it lands either very tricky or just straight up impossible. DK Star can easily score runners from second, while a slap is generally only doing so from third. The star hit ignores any Traj luck that slapping or charging might have to deal with. If you hit the ball at the right time, it will go to the same spot. Yoshi being in position in the infield to counter a slap will get destroyed, as he has no chance of fielding a banana if he's either shortstop or second base. Even if the ball is caught in the air, there's a lack of any double play potential, as the ball will go too deep to get an overextending runner out. Can be used as a sac fly and worst in situations where a runner is on third. This all makes it sound like DK Banana is the greatest thing since sliced bread. An option that lets you drive in runs at a much lower risk than charging while being able to avoid bad Trage luck sounds great. So then why is DK Banana not seen very often in higher levels of Mario Baseball play? Every game you're always seeing Birdo and Mario or Luigi or Yoshi captain, but never DK. What's the deal with that? Isn't DK Banana epic bacon in comparison to some of those? In order to explain that, let's get into the two costs of DK Banana and DK Captain. DK Banana has two different costs that prevent it from seeing more use than you would expect. The first of these costs is pretty obvious, the star cost. Using DK Banana will drain stars from your star gauge, as do literally every other star swing. This doesn't sound like that big of a deal on the surface, but if your drafted team has a lot of other characters who want those stars, then DK might not be the best use of them. And that star cost? It's very likely not going to be 1 star that you're spending on DK Banana, as the second cost of using it is opportunity cost. By electing to make Donkey Kong your captain in order to make his star swing 1 star instead of 2, you are removing the option for other captain characters to do the same with their star swings. And these characters do not have the same options on offense that Donkey Kong does. Birdo and Mario stand above the pack in this regard, as their star swings turn them from simple slap hitters into RBI machines. You take that option away from them, they end up as much worse characters offensively, as they now have to rely on their mid slaps with stubby range. Meanwhile, if you take DK Banana away from this great ape, he still has his best in the game slap and his high scoring potential charge swing to rely on. He doesn't need his stars in the way that the other characters need theirs. As for the weaker captain options like Luigi and Yoshi, they are generally preferred for similar reasons, albeit with weaker foundations due to their stars' lower potential upside. And if DK ain't your captain, then you'll be spending 2 stars on 1 banana, which is almost never worth doing unless if it's a Hail Mary situation. Those are the reasons why you'll not see many high-level players using DK as their captain. But are there situations where DK captain can be a good or even the best option? Well, there are 2 that come to mind, and while they are not the most common of situations, they are definitely the best time to bust out the DK Kongs and go hog wild. The first situation where Captain DK stands out as a good option is if the 2 best captains, Birdo and Mario, are unavailable. When compared to lesser captains like Luigi and Yoshi, the opportunity cost issue is still present, but the amount you lose by not captaining one of those 2 is much lower compared to the top 2 options. DK Banana can be used in your lineup similarly to a Birdo Egg or a Mario Fireball, with the added bonus of having more control over when you need to star or not due to having a broken ass slap. You can save stars when you need to and pump them out when the situation calls for it. There are a couple catches with this setup, as you may want to put DK a bit later in your lineup to take advantage of this, which will result in him having fewer plate appearances, which isn't all that great. The other catch is that a lot of draft lines will result in Birdo and Donkey Kong being on the same team, and there is no good reason to ever captain DK over Birdo no matter what. Mario is a bit more in the air, as sometimes he'll go earlier than expected and sometimes he won't, but it's fairly likely that the team without Birdo will target Mario to fill their captain slot. So it's ultimately not a very common scenario, but it's not impossible, and this is a spot where DK Captain can be a good choice, even if it isn't always necessarily the best one. The second situation is much better for DK Captain though, and that is when the game is taking place on Peach's Garden. Remember earlier when I brought up how DK doesn't need a star to score runs the way other captains do since he can hit home runs with his charge? Well, Garden kind of takes that option away from the big guy, as the walls are so high that most heavies end up being severely neutered here. This difference in meta greatly benefits Donkey Kong though, as not only can he still perform his wonderfully consistent slap, it also opens up DK Banana as a legit option. While Birdo is still the queen of being captain and should still always be your cap no matter what, the choice between DK and Mario is a lot closer, and I would say DK Banana's good traits are far more favorable than Mario Fireball in this situation. The lack of double play potential in the deep corners of Garden play themselves to DK's benefit, as not only are his star swings less risky at a stadium where runs are harder to come by and fielding is king, the stars that do land are going to do more for you since your opponent will have to head deeper to field them, and this enables plays where DK can easily clear the bases. Mario Fireball still has all the benefits, but it has the risk of double playing with runners in scoring position that it always does, and having access to a great way to score runs without risking ending your inning is really nice. I think more people should be trying DK Captain on Garden, and I'm kind of shocked we don't see it as much, although that might be more of a we don't see Garden much kind of issue, but that's something for another day. And that's all I got to say about DK and his lovely little star swing. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and make sure to let me know in the comments or in the baseball Discord if I said anything wrong or that you disagree with. Link to the Discord will be in the description below. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't like the video, please tell me what I should work on for next time. Make sure to drop a fatty sub on the Among Us Blaster channel. My next video probably won't be a baseball one, but I still think you guys are going to enjoy it all the same. Bye-bye.